Hey guys, the update is finally, after 3 months, around the corner. It's coming in about 5 days. I already did a video on it, so that's not what this video is about. But with this update coming, we finally get to have new banners. So for today, I have almost an entire month of banners, and this time, while it wasn't completely concrete before because we were having that whole update debacle, these ones are pretty concrete. I am not going to say they are guaranteed to happen, but they are very solid and most likely will be happening. So I have 5, maybe 6 banners for you guys today. A lot of the heroes in them are new heroes and definitely worth pulling for, so you're going to want to watch the whole way through and see all of them. I'm going to just kind of break it down as best I can, what I think you should pull on, and I'm also going to have all of the dates for you guys. Make sure to like and subscribe, helps me out a ton. Big thanks to Rokanshi, Panther, Erasus, and T for all the help. I do appreciate it. And let's get into it. So, to start off, we have this banner. Now, this banner will be on October 18th. And as you can see, it is a Lucius Xeris Razak banner. And when you see 3 heroes, it almost always means that it is a 2x by 15x. We've only ever really had like the Silas Orm Kriya banner a while back. That wasn't a 2x by 15x. Now, I can say that this is guaranteed to be a 2x by 15x. And if you have a keen eye, you might notice that this is the exact artwork as something else I showed before, which was a Lucius Razak and Beelzebub banner, also known as Bubba. And we're not actually having Bubba on this one now. And there is actually a reason for this, and you're going to see that a little later as well, where I think the reason, and I was talking to Panther about this earlier, the reason why we don't think that Bubba's on this banner and Xeris is instead, because they just kind of shoved him in, is because we had that kind of Hex Pharisee banner. I don't know if you guys remember about earlier on to that whole update issue thing, where it was supposed to be a Hex Xeris banner. Instead, they had to run the Hex Pharisee banner, because that's what we actually had to be able to run. So now that we've had that banner, instead of running that banner, they've just moved Xeris onto a future banner, which was originally going to be the Bubba one, and now we're just going to be getting Bubba on a different thing. So that's what it looks like will be happening. I do not know if Bubba will be on a 2x or 15x, unfortunately, but we are getting this banner. Lucius, very solid. Lucius will be better now that the Aegis phase has been changed, and will be being changed, I should say. Razak is very good, and Xeris is great. Now this banner will be coming once again on the 18th. As it's shown in the corner, if you guys noticed earlier, I will be showing all of the banner dates over there. So that is the first banner. Now the second banner is actually going to be an ancient banner. And this is one of the only banners we've ever had that has 2 lords on it. I think the only other times that's happened for ancient banners is when we had that Laya and Gon banner, which didn't even have banner artwork for like one of the only times ever. And then that one time we had Valderon and Ymerit, who technically is coded as a lord. So this one will be on the 19th, as you can see in the corner. This will be for ancients. And honestly, this is a pretty mid banner. I would skip this if I were everyone and not pull on this. This is just going to be on the weekend of that 2x by 15x, like I said earlier. And it's not a terrible banner. It's just, if you have ancients, absolutely don't pull on this, because I mean Twinfee's fully outclassed by Sulkadins. Laya is really good, but she is pullable from normals. You know how it is, right? Now, I forgot to mention on this one as well, what we have for the epics is we will be having Tazira, Cyclone, and Titus, so basically nothing of note, so it didn't really matter that I forgot about it. Now, of course, I forgot to film this part originally, but on the weekend of the 26th, we are going to be having either a 1+1 or a nation banner. Now, I do not have an image of it, because I just don't, so enjoy this very triggering image for those of you who either don't have Elowen or don't have Torador, but we're going to be having either the 1+1, which as you can see on the screen, or alternatively, we could have the Nascent, whatever the hell you call it, where when you pull and you hit a legendary, it is guaranteed to be a legendary you do not have, not including ancient. So, for example, for me, you know, I go through, I look, I could get Magda, I could get Hars, I could get Azor. We go down, I could get Cetrum, I could get Ajax, Comet, Glacius, or, you know, Ezra and Laya, right? That's what I could get. So that's how Nascent works, whatever you call it. Very, very, very good banner if we do happen to get that. I do not know if that's what we're gonna get, but if we do, that will be a must pull. Otherwise, a 1+1, you know, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it, you know? Now, moving on, we got the Hex Twyla banner. Now, I do have to preface by saying this is not a limited banner. This is a normal banner. This banner will be on the 31st, okay? 31st will be Twyla, Hex, Deimos, who's very good, Navras, and Cyrene. So, Twyla and Hex are going to have a bond. They're going to be together. Hex is an SSS tier unit. This will be on the 31st, aka Halloween, and it's going to be sick, because Twyla will be a Guild Boss 2 legend. She will be amazing, amazing, amazing against both of the guild bosses even. And she's just going to be really good in a lot of boss content. Hex is very good as well. And they're both just very, very good units. This is a must pull, in my opinion. And this will, once again, be on the 31st. Now, moving on one more time, we're going to get the November 1st Ancient banner. Once again, a pretty mid-Ancient banner. But I know since a lot of people have kind of started since Alistair was out, not a lot of people have Alistair, and this is the first Alistair banner ever. I think this is the second time we have had a fusion or a fragment hero be on a banner since, I mean, Helga, who was last week. So this is a hype banner for me, just based on that. Morgan, though, like I said, with the Twin Fiend Laya stuff, this is a terrible ass banner because Morgan is a terrible ass lord to pull for ancients on, which is what this is. Now, aside from that, I mean, this is not a bad banner, right? If you're not close to pity, this is not a bad banner to pull on. Now, for the last, or I guess second last, because I do have a prediction on one pretty soon, we do have Beatrix Comet, which will be coming on November 8th, which is going to be the weekend after. So, I mean, Beatrix seems a little weird. On test server, she has Cratch range, and in the files, she has Ajax range, so I do not know why that is the difference. But we are getting Beatrix and Comet, Comet being debatably the best AoE mage in the game, and Beatrix will be fun, decent cultist, all of that stuff. I mean, this one's decent. November 8th. The epics on this one are going to be Baron, Maul, and Lightlock, so if you are early, you don't have them. That's not a bad set of epics to have, but chances are if you're watching this, by the time you get there, you're already going to have them, so let's be real over there. Now, there are some heroes you might be noticing are not here. So let me just quickly go over them and when I think they will be coming before I recap everything we've gone over. So we have Kigiri, right? Kigiri is the most anticipated hero right now. Kigiri is one of the most fun units in the game. He's very, very, very strong, and he will be the next limited. We've already established that. I will make a video on his full event when I get to that. But for Kigiri, I do not know when he will be, but it is safe to assume he will be coming in late November. That is my guess. It could be closer to Christmas, but I think they want to run Gwendolyn because it's been a full year since we've gotten Gwendolyn. I will say pull for Kigiri over Gwendolyn. She's not that worth going for. And aside from that, just make sure when you are pulling on these banners soon to try to save enough to where you are confident you will have enough to guarantee getting Kigiri. Kigiri, limited units, 250 a guaranteed pull. You know, you pull 250 and then you're guaranteed to get them. And it is still a 15x. Kigiri A5 is about as much as Lust A5, so that's pretty hype as well. Now, aside from Kigiri, we do also have Twyla, who we do not have a confirmed banner coming soon. We do not have a confirmed date or anything. You know, I'll just put on the screen this Arrogance Twyla banner that we had before. I don't know if they're going to run this, but Twyla still needs to come out. We also have Beelzebub, which, I mean, I showed the banner art before. So we could have that. Or there was also Numera, who we're not getting anytime soon, which is interesting. And then another missing unit is, if I'm not mistaken, we're still missing Xena. So there are still a decent amount of heroes that are not coming soon, but they might be in later November. When I get info, I will obviously make a video as soon as I can. But like I said, these are the banners we will be having from now until November 8th. These are what we will be having. So make sure to plan accordingly. I know the Constance Allura banner is very, very enticing, but if there's anything here you really, really want, I would save for those. And if you are interested in saving for anything that's not confirmed to be coming out yet, then I would just be wary, because November they might come, December they might come, maybe they're saving some things for around then. I do not know, but I mean, this is still really good stuff to know, and hopefully this will help you guys out in the future. So, I mean, it's pretty hype. Let's just quickly go over everything I covered. We got the 2x, 15x with Xeris, Lucius, Razak, no epics of note. That is hype. Next, we have the Laia Twin Fiend, which will be for Ancients. Big skip. Who the hell cares about that? Next, we got Twyla and Hex, which will be on Halloween. This is a hype banner. Very good banner. Next, we got Alistair Morrigan, which is decent if you don't have Alistair, otherwise kind of mid. Then we got the, well, that one was for Ancients. Next, we got Comet Beatrix, which is a pretty solid banner. It's like a pretty, like, A-tier banner. Not too bad. Will be a 15x with blues. And then we got Kigiri, who is on the horizon. Probably will be around very soon, and you should definitely be prepared for. But this one, we do not have a date. So, that is what we got. Thank you guys for watching. I do appreciate y'all. What are you guys planning on pulling for? I'm always very interested in reading the comments and seeing what you guys are saving for, pulling for, all of that good stuff. So let me know. And aside from that, that's it for me. Destined, signing out.